Alright, what is up guys, and welcome to the second episode of SrzTalk. In this episode I will be talking to you guys about the ELO system in League of Legends and just the ELO system in general, opinions and thoughts on it. Currently, ELO, usually you would see it in mostly chess, It's a math system of ranking, which is pretty much, it goes like this. If you win one game, you go up in ELO. You lose a game, you go down in ELO, right? Well, for League, there's different levels of ELO. You have bronze, you have silver, gold, platinum, and generally this ranges anywhere from 1200 being bronze to 2000 being platinum, with you gaining and losing anywhere from, when you start out, you gain, I believe you gain and lose 50, then you start losing and gaining 20, then you start losing and gaining 10 to 15. But the way it's currently structured is you have to win in a row. It's not so much about winning, it's about winning in a row, because if you win games consistently in a row, you're going to go up in ELO a lot faster than you would if you would win, lose, which begs the point. You see people that have maybe 600 ranked games underneath their belt and still are in 1200 to 1300 ELO. Now the problem with this system is it doesn't account for people who, one, would leave. Like the last two ranked games I played, both games we had just literally people who said, I'm either not going to play or I'm just going to sit on pad for the entire duration of the game. And this kind of really ruins the competitive spirit, and you see this a lot happening at below 1600 and even in some cases over 1600. So really, what do you think Riot should do about this? I think one of the first things they're going to have to implement would be some kind of a loss or leave system, where if somebody leaves a ranked game, then not only should they be given the punishment of the ban, they probably also, everyone who played the game, sadly, should have their ELO just not changed at all. So it just kind of hurts everyone to just discourage leaving, but really you can't stop people from trolling. So I'm not really sure what Riot has in store, but currently the way the system works, if you get trolled or people start leaving, it just gets worse the lower and lower you go. And you also start gaining less and less ELO and losing more the lower you go into the ladder. So if you go down below 1000, you really actually start losing more ELO than you gain, and that's a very real possibility. So there's not really too much you can do about it. I mean, you start going lower and lower. Now the professional players, I've heard Dyrus being one of them multiple times, who've said solo queue is pretty much to the extent of not exactly a joke, but it's not seriously taken. It's solo queue, So I think really where this game, the direction where it's heading is team, as far as the team ranked, and now having official teams in there and having a new team feature on the actual website. I think that's pretty much where this is actually heading, as far as I can see. But yeah, I think they need something else. I mean, ELO system, it's a system of individualized ranking, and you really can't have, 5 people smashed together on a team who each have their own individual ELO that is going to change depending on the outcome of the game. And it's just, if one person decides they want to screw up everyone else, they can do that. And I think that's really just a major problem, because when I sit down and I think of ranked compared to, a normal game, where a normal game, you're trying builds out, you know somewhat about the champion you're going to play, but you want to learn them and just learn more efficient ways of playing them and just generally practicing your mechanical finesse, I guess, of the game. Then when you go in and you queue up for a rank, the first thing that pops into my mind is you're ready to you're ready to give it everything you've got. You know exactly what champions you're good with. You know who you can play, what you can do, how they work, how mechanically they operate, what proficient and efficient builds for that champion, and just generally you know how to impact your team's chances of winning in a positive way with this certain champion. Not, oh, I'm going to try out this champion in ranked because, I feel like it. Or, I haven't played this champion in maybe a month, but let's go ahead and play this champion. Now, I'm not saying that you should have only one or two champions that you're really good with that you can play in ranked. I think that at least every person should have at least one champion that they are proficient with in just every category. As far as jungler, tank, support, you know exactly what champions you're good with and what champions you need work on. But I really think this helps impact your team's chances of winning, and I think it improves you as a general player. But still, you're still going to get the people who, will queue up in ranked and just generally not care. There are people who queue up in a ranked game and do not care whatsoever about the outcome of it. To them, it's just another game, and I think this is kind of sad because ranked is meant to, incite competitive spirit. You want to win, so if you put one person on a team with, say the worst of the worst, four other people who just, want to screw around or want to do what they want to do, then, you really are going to have a tough time. And I see this just being prevalent more and more with the duo queue. You'll get two people in your queue who just, they're friends, they're messing around, they don't really want to win, and they will literally, like, say they both of them want to go bot, even though they don't have champions that are really suited to bot. You're gonna see this just more and more, and generally, they're gonna stay on the lower side of the ladder. Now, some of them do get carried up, as you could say. They queue up with a bad person or a troll, and they get pretty much a free ride up. But I don't know. It seems to me like right now, ranked is just, as far as solo queue and duo queue is concerned, it's not worth the time. Especially if you're extremely low down on the ladder. I can't see it being worth the time if you cannot queue up with people who are actually interested in winning the match and, giving it that competitive spirit. Because the players pretty much make the community in the game in this sense. If you queue up with 5 people on each team that want to win, that seriously are going to give it their all, that are going to, farm their hardest, that are going to just attempt to do everything they can right and not screw you over and seriously try to win, then yes, ranked is just excellent, and it provides an awesome level of play and experience, that really I personally like, with League. But it's just nowadays you don't, even at some of the higher ELOs, you just don't see that competitive spirit running around. You'll have people that, still will queue up and literally just not care, have to leave, have technical problems. I mean, the list goes on and on for things that just happen, in in your climb of the ELO ladder. that just really break the competitive spirit of the game and just generally, you know, make it so that the game just doesn't have that, as far as ranked is concerned at least, doesn't have that competitive spirit that you would like, to think. I really don't know what Riot could do. I think there are some things they could do as far as limiting people to play ranked. For instance, on X amount of champions, they have, I think it's currently, maybe you have to own at least, I think, 16 and be like level 30, maybe. Maybe it might even be less than that. Well, we have probably over, I think we have over 90 champions now. They might have announced that. But, that's a ton of champions since we started. Every 2 weeks a new champion's released. Even right now, if you go on their website, you see a new champion. And I think increasing the cap, since they have increased the ban cap, they did increase the cap of how many champions you would have to have, but they make it the minimum. So let's try to make it, medium, to where not only you have to have the minimum amount of champs, you have to go beyond that and have even more champions, because I think that's similar, can't even talk. I think that is just really part of the problem, where people just do not have the amount of champions required in all different roles to fill that role, and it feels like, if you just hit level 30 and have these amount of champions, you can rank. And it doesn't matter how much experience you have in the game. You can go rank without full ruin pages if you want to, or without setup mastery pages. Why not? And it kind of breaks, I think, what ranked is. And so, as far as ranked, I think a lot of people are considering it to be a joke. But, yeah, give me your comments on this and your thoughts, because it's just been really eating at me, I guess you could say, because I'm at the stage, where I want to start picking up ranked again, but it seems every time I go and even just try to play one game, there is something that happens that is just, that'll just push you farther down, and there's no real reason to rank. For me right now, I just feel that I have no compulsion whatsoever to ranked. And you say, well, you want to get to maybe gold or platinum. Well, that's a big step. It's not so much that you just win games. It's how do you find the right teammates, in a system that's just kind of broken. But, give me your comments and your thoughts on it. And I also have been seeing the request you guys have been doing for the XSplit program, so I am going to be doing an XSplit tutorial as well for those who are wondering about it. But yeah, just something for you guys to roll around in your brain about the ELO system. Some things, if you have just thoughts on how it can be improved, or maybe just maybe if you even like the way it currently is, just give me some comments, some thoughts, and maybe a like. And if you like the content, you can push this button right here. Yeah, that helps me a ton, and just keeps me inspired to keep making things for you. So yeah, this is it for episode 2 of SrzTalk. I apologize for the stutter of the mouth. Sometimes my brain thinks faster than my mouth can project the words, but I think everybody has that happen at least once or twice. So yeah, give me your thoughts on it, guys, and definitely just tell me what you think about the direction that this is heading and your thoughts on it. So thanks, guys, and I'll see you next episode.